Yo, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. This is episode 93. The date is November 4th. I'm starting to add the date now. It's kind of a new thing, so we're testing that out so that you can, when you're listening from the future, see where we're at in the world and, just in general. So, let's get right into it. Today I am drinking water. Usually I start off telling you what type of beverage, what bev I'm drinking. Today, bev of choice is, of course, a water from Sam's Club. So let's seriously, let's not cut anything. No bullshit, no small talk. I'm tired. So let's get right into it. I did want to start off with this. So as you know, November, I guess, is a voting season. I see a lot of my friends posting with their little stickers, "Hey, early voting! I voted." And honestly, I don't really know who we're voting for, but I got this ad in the mail for, I guess this person is running for city circuit judge, former circuit judge. And I saw this and I got really angry, and I wanted to not vote for this guy out of spite. So listen to this. So I guess this whole guy's thing. So November 8th is the cutoff for voting. So maybe by the time you're listening to this, it doesn't matter. And quite honestly, it doesn't matter anyways. I'm probably not going to vote because I think it's dumb, and I just don't want to, really, honestly. It's a combination of being lazy and also I don't want to vote on anyone that I don't know information about, and I don't want to know information about them, so I'm not going to vote, But for instance, when I get advertisements like this, it lets me know not to vote for this person. So his whole thing, he's running on the county jail is full. That's what it says on the back. The county jail is full, and that creates problems for our justice system and community. Community impact. The people who are arrested are in a cycle of arrest and release because our jail is full. Where do criminals go when our jail is full? Back on the streets and into our community. Inmates average 720. Available spaces 600. National jail standards 535. Right? So they have a cool graph. So he's running on the idea that he wants to build more space to fill with criminals. I think you could ask this question, and I'm no offense to this guy, Mr. David. No offense to David, but you can ask that question to a toddler, right? You can ask this question to a toddler, and they would find a more elegant solution. The question proposed to a toddler: Hey, little Jimmy, you have your birthday party has 50 people, but the building only has room for 45. So what do we need to do? Right? And of course, little Timmy, he thinks about it for a second. He's really trying. He's like, he maybe sticks his little tongue. I don't know. How about we build more space to fit the extra 5 people? Are you actually retarded? The problem, dude, the people in the prisons are repeat offenders because the things they're being scooped up for are so minimal. They shouldn't be in prison in the first place. That's why that's why our prisons are so full. People are getting pulled over and they find a gram of weed on them and they're like, "Hey man, you're getting..." There are people in prison in the same prison. So people that sell drugs, like I'm not talking like massive drug dealers. I'm talking about like just like normal dudes. Like maybe they sell a gram or two, or maybe they get caught selling someone an edible, right? Maybe they have an edible in their, you got to have an emergency edible in your glove compartment, right? They get caught, the glove compartment, they get checked. It's a big deal. They go to prison. They're in the same prison as someone who literally kills people. Like, is that not some sort of like situation that we should address instead of trying to expand the jails? Maybe we should start asking the questions, David. Maybe we should start asking the questions of, hey, are the people that are repeat offenders, are the repeats something that is so minuscule that we should just let it not be a thing? Should we fill up our jails with people with minuscule amounts of weed? I think really, I think that they should all be free. So if you take everyone who's gotten some sort of like in jail for drugs, maybe a driving without a license or something, we can, like, these people are in prison for maybe a year tops. Can we clear them out? The people that are in jail should be like people that deserve to be in jail. Like should be a place for people to spend the rest of their lives, or the majority of their lives, right? It shouldn't be a place for someone to spend 5 months, right? If it's 5 months, right? Don't make them take up a bed in jail. Put them in, make them do like freaking 15 minutes of a Lizzo concert or something. I'm not too sure what their punishment should be, but I don't know. I just saw that, and this is why I really don't like politics. Like I like pontificating about politics, but I do not like voting on people, because there's literally no one who really aligns with anything that I think, because the things I think are so cherry picked from all around that I end up voting. I'd end up having to vote across the board, like just like cherry picking. And that's really the problem with our system. The two-party system is really, they split up the solutions to problems, split between two parties. And in that way, you never get a solid solution. And by they, I mean the Jews. My podcast just goes offline. No, I'm kidding. I'm not anti-Semitic, but that was mostly just a segue into the next point. And I know on the last episode, I said that the grand finale of the Kanye West thing had come to a close with him being like banned from his bank and stuff, and Adidas, which we found out were Nazis, and Puma and whatnot. So this has taken an interesting turn, because I don't know how to say this lightly, but like, so there is, okay, I literally don't know how to say this without like being taken off air, right? But okay, since Kanye's recent tirades, a lot of interesting statistics have arose surrounding some of his claims on the internet. Now, how trustworthy are these statistics? That is the question, but they exist, right? So with these interesting statistics and documentaries, some people have started to hop on the train, the Kanye train, and among them is famous Nets superstar, NBA superstar, Kyrie Irving. So you may remember Kyrie. He was the one who said that he didn't want to get vaxxed. So he's kind of based in that regard. So let's check out what's going on with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving finally apologizes after Nets suspension. I am deeply sorry for to have caused you pain. So Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving finally apologized Thursday after being suspended for 5 games for not showing enough remorse. Hello? For not showing enough remorse for tweeting a link to a movie that spread anti-Semitic disinformation. So Kyrie Irving, I guess, did a little bit of his own research, which I mean, I always recommend you do your own research on your you want to be a knowledgeable participation. You want to know what you're talking about when you're going to participate in a conversation that is as sensitive as this. And he did his own research, and he had sent out the documentary. I don't know what the documentary that he posted was, and it will probably not be in the description of this video because apparently it is hate speech, racist, anti-Semitic. You're pretty much a Nazi if you do tweet it. But so because he just tweeted that, he literally just sent a link to that documentary with like no context. He got fined for $500,000, and he got suspended for 5 games. So I mean, it is what it is, and I'm sure that his agents are happy. But all jokes aside, right? I'm not trying to choose any sides. Not trying to say anything, but I am genuinely concerned as to why. So there's document. Actually, you know what? I saw this article, and this article might be interesting. There's an article that I saw was posted in like 2008, and it says something about like media. Okay, well, this is like, I can't really even. Okay, well, some of these links are kind of crazy. Okay, well, so I can't click on some of these. This website's literally called Jew. Wait, dude, this is crazy. Jew World Order. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so some of these are I mean, bad, but so Kyrie Irving, he's tweeting this documentary. I haven't watched the documentary. I don't really dig too much into it. I do know that it is, factual that there is a disproportionate percentage of successful
just a few days
people from the Jewish persuasion in high positions in. I'm really tiptoeing around this whole situation because I really don't know what I can and can't say, right? But the numbers are out there and they have been shared. If you look for yourself, look both ways. I'm sure that there's an equal amount of Jewish people of Jewish descent not in good situations. So I'm as always, I'll end this section by saying I'm interested to see where this whole Kanye situation goes, see really how far it's gonna like devolve into hopefully not anything really violent or anything. That's the worst that could happen is a little bit of violence. The best case scenario here is Kanye signs makes a new song. That's really cool. That's really fun. So that's the best case. But yeah, we're at the point where sharing links on Twitter is going to get you $500,000 fines if you're famous enough. So I mean, be careful what you're sending out there. The Nets are showing no tolerance for hates. This is from Ambassador Giald Irandi from Iran, from I guess Israel. The Nets are showing no tolerance for hates. We can't pick and choose. This is a tweet from him, an ambassador in Israel, I assume. So he says the Nets are showing no tolerance for hate. We can't pick and choose when we want to take a stand against injustice. Kyrie hopped on a trend of being anti-Semitic and was put in his place quickly. I don't like the phrase "put in your place." First off, it's concerning. I hope he opens his eyes beyond the conspiracy spreads and can educate himself. Well, also, I don't like the term educate himself. I mean, these all seem a little bit like yeah, I just don't like it. Okay, I don't like this tweet's a little strange to me, and it yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes. I can't really even say too much about it because, I mean, I don't really know all the numbers, but I'll take Ambassador Giald Iran's suggestions, and I will educate myself as well. I don't know how much is out there regarding the conspiracy theory that Jewish people do not, the anti. It's honestly kind of a compliment that Jewish people have become so successful. So I don't want to kind of go out there trying to debunk that. That's like saying, "Oh, Asian people are good at math." Okay, well that's kind of a compliment, right? You're okay. Oh my God, I'm so pissed Asian people get into college more often. Stop, you're being racist. Stop that, Matt. Stop. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying you're more successful than me. My bad. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, do I really? Because if I start digging and finding that maybe they're not that successful, then it's like, what? Well, then what? What's the end game here, right? So we want to find a nice middle ground where they're just as successful as, like what race are we going to compare them to, right? I really don't know and that's my main confusion with this thing because, Kanye seems to have a platform, but there seems to be no counter platform to him. He's just saying, hey, there's a lot of Jewish people in the media, and everyone's saying, hey, don't say that. But I'm not really seeing a lot of like, why shouldn't he say that? Like if I tweet, hey, Asian people are good. I'm going to use that one again because it's the only one I can think of. Are good at math. If I tweet that, people are going to be like, hey, stop that. I found this one Asian guy who's bad at math. I'm like, oh, all right. I mean, cool, dude. Like, I don't understand the argument here. Like, everyone's trying to somehow they're saying it's anti-Semitic. I really don't know what the stance is on this, but I mean, is it not just a fact? I feel like at this point it might just be a genuine fact, and it's no detriment to them. I don't hold it against them. They are, genuinely Ashkenazi Jewish people. This is also a fact. Having a higher IQ than the regular person, right? They're on the upper tier of the bell curve for average IQ. So, is that racist for me to say? I don't know how, like, when you start lumping people together, right? It starts like almost everything you say now sounds racist, right? Like people in the South are hillbillies. Okay, that's all right. Actually, that's actually kind of all right. That's like one of the few things that you can still make fun of is hillbillies. I went to a high school, and they literally, their mascot is a hillbilly, and everyone dresses as a hillbilly in like overalls and beards and like color out their teeth and stuff. It's really crazy, but when you think about it, but it's like one of the last things I feel, and I'm here for it, right? Because it's fun saying, Alabama, you sleeping with your sister? It's a funny gag. It's like, haha, you're so inbred. Yeah, it's a funny gag, right? Now, um, I kind of wish that we had some sort of successful stereotype around us, right? Um, we're just gonna go through stereotypes right now. Black people, great at sports. This is what the podcast is now. Okay. These are positive. Okay, I'm going through positive stereotypes, right? We're going through positive stereotypes, right? These are positive. These are positive stereotypes, right? All right, I'm going to reiterate that. Positive stereotypes, right? African Americans dominate the NFL and the NBA, okay? Athleticism beyond compare. In the most elite sense, right? That's almost as delicately as I can put it. In the most elite sense, African Americans dominate, right? Um, engineers, computer engineers, massively talented Indians, correct or incorrect? If you say incorrect, you might be racist, right? Because you're saying that they don't have talent when it comes to that. I'm not saying they all do. I'm saying it's a stereotype. That is a good stereotype. I've always been confused by good stereotypes and why someone would get mad at them, right? I want a good stereotype for me, but I'm like, the stereotype for white people is, oh, you're racist. And I'm from the South, so I'm now a racist hillbilly. And I know I can already see the comments like, oh, you're a victim complex. You have all this, your stereotype is that you have white privilege, and I do. So I guess that's the white stereotype, is that you got privilege, right? And I know that's a vague. I kind of want to get off this subject. I'm trying to kind of like I realize in this podcast, it should just be called get yourself out of the hole. It should be called dig yourself out, because I put myself in these holes, and I have to try to dig myself out of them. And I do this on purpose because I'm a masochist. So, the conclusion of my thesis is that I don't agree with the anti-Semitic, any anti-Semitic things. That's the thesis of my. It's a conclusion that you should come to, right? I love Jewish people. I actually know a few. I actually know a gay Jewish person, and they're a joy to talk to. I always enjoy talking to them, and they are very smart. They are a very smart individual. I mean, he's gay. He's not trans. He's a smart person, right? Very smart, in fact. I mean, one of the smartest people I know. Very, very philosophical. I think he teaches school now. He's a smart dude. And I respect him. Literally, him being Jewish changed my opinion of him 0%. Okay, that's my alarm. That is actually Twitter or that is YouTube telling me this episode has been banned. Let's just continue, because this is getting a little bit dicey. So, the maneuvering on this episode is the toughest part. So we're just gonna keep on going. Anytime Kanye comes up, it's just kind of a tough battle. It's a tough it's a tough battle. Let me take a sip real quick. talking for a while really messes up your throat. And I do it all day at work, so I mean, I don't do it all day at work, but you know what I mean. Let's go into this. San Francisco, $49 million to live 4 blocks from that drug market. San Francisco's ultra-luxurious Four Seasons residences sell just 13 out of its 146 apartments as street crime and drug abuse are blamed for deterring prospective buyers, including Steph and Aisha Curry. So the Four Seasons having a tough time, I guess, a tough time when it comes to filling their apartments. I mean, 13 out of 146 is almost kind of hard to even imagine. I mean, those prices are going to have to come down. But the funny thing about this is that this whole situation is a little bit misleading because they're luxury apartments, but the people that are foregoing living in them are choosing 8-bedroom, 15-bath, or 15-bed, 8-bath homes in Texas, right? That's where these people are going. So it's not like we're running out of rich people, right? This is a problem with them just not. It's a problem with the pricing of these apartments, which I think is funny. Why is my camera not focused? Hello? Okay. Hello? Producer? This is why I need a producer to keep me in focus. But I produce and edit and do everything because I'm just built like that. Okay, let's continue. A luxury Four Seasons apartments high-rise located steps from San Francisco's notorious open-air drug market. Wait, what? There's a open-air drug market? I actually did not know this. San Fran open-air drug market. That is a thing?
How many arrests they've made, I don't care how many felony prosecutions, the strategy isn't working.
Now at 5, changing the drug culture of San Francisco's Tenderloin neighborhood. That is the goal of San Francisco's new district attorney tonight. How is their strategy working so far? The question comes as a man living in the neighborhood says he's paying the price for capturing drug dealers in the act. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Meeback.
And I'm Julie Hayner. KTVU's Christian Captain joins us now live from San Francisco. And Christian, this all leads to a broader discussion of whether the Tenderloin is improving with a new DA in office.
Yeah, San Franciscans are just beginning to get a sense of how the new district attorney and the impact she is making.
Okay, let's skip forward.
Video. It says the men on the street are drug dealers. Video is
Dude, this video is crazy. These people are weighing crack in the open, like on the sidewalk.
Starling, the neighbor who recently moved to the Tenderloin, shot the video and says the men on the street are drug dealers. He's repeatedly told to stop dealing in front of his apartment building. When he lets them know he's recording, one of the men hurls a knife at the window, shattering it.
Holy shit.
We can build a case around what's going on in the neighborhood. Hopefully.
Jesus, it is a real knife fight out there. That's wild. No, that's crazy. That guy threw a knife. What is going on, dude? These people are playing GTA Online, doing drug deals on the open, throwing knives. That video from like 4 podcasts ago where that guy like rammed some dude off the road and like stole his car. It's a GTA. It's literally GTA down there. It is exciting. I mean, it's wild. I wouldn't want to even live close to that. That's why these rich people aren't choosing to live there anymore. And I don't blame them. I mean, people in general are probably choosing not to live there anymore. The only people that are living in California, it seems at this point, are homeless people. It's become like a weird homeless haven. I guess it's because of the really good weather. Because if you're going to be homeless somewhere, California's a pretty good spot to be homeless at. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. It's picturesque. You could do a drug deal and watch the sunset over some palm trees. Do they have palm trees over there? Palms? I don't know. But it's nice. It is nice. What does the future of California look like? I mean, there's like, of course, there's a future where it's just rubble and like in a constant state of like a flux between heavy crackdown and like open air drug deals, and it's like kind of battling between that, and then you have like I can see maybe a mob of angry homeless people joining together. There's so many homeless people there that I can just imagine like a giant mob of homeless people just like marching down and maybe claiming people's homes, like lay claim to land. Like it puts a whole new perspective to the westward expansion, because they will be westward expanding straight into your domicile, which is exciting. It's a new prospect. It puts a whole new meaning not only on the westward expansion but on the American dream. The American dream is follow your dream in California, become homeless, and then steal someone else's home. That's fun. Actually, recently, in the same vein of like hating rich people, eat the rich or whatever, someone at a McDonald's that my girlfriend was at drew a giant penis on the hood of this guy's white Tesla and then like signed his name at the bottom. And it's interesting because I never really got the sense of, and of course I might be projecting things onto why that guy might just want to draw a dick, and and that's his that's his prerogative. He can draw a dick if he wants to draw a dick. Maybe I'm projecting, but it feels like maybe he's like saying, fuck the rich, and maybe he draws dicks on all the Teslas, right? He's like, you're so rich that I want to damage your property. I want to vandalize things that you own. He's got that Fight Club mentality. And that might just be projecting. And I don't hate rich people. I just hate what they stand for, which is success. Success. Yeah, true. I firmly stand against success. But yeah, California, it's interesting. It's exciting to see. I'm glad to not be like close to it at all. But Elon Musk popping back up in the news. Last time he fired like 3 executives. This time he has fired about 1,300 Twitter employees. I saw some news that Twitter in China is expected to lose like 70%. Twitter India is expected to lose like 80%. So, I mean, layoffs are happening. I actually saw a lot of layoffs recently, like companies like Redfin, Zillow laying off 15% of their employees. These are all just to make margins, especially coming into fourth quarter, just trying to meet whatever demands from your shareholders. And that's the American way. Is it's no longer about making a good product. It's about making sure that you make money for your shareholders year over year, quarter over quarter, continuous growth. If we go down for a second, we're gonna lose all of our money. We're gonna go downhill and go bankrupt. And it's gross, but it's the way the world works. But Elon Musk cutting off a lot of people. Probably too many people work at Twitter. I mean, how hard is it to maintain? You probably only need like... Twitter could, at this point, probably be ran with a team of like 4,000 people. Some technicians for troubleshooting. It's not a video game. Like, I feel like a video game is like infinitely more, like an online video game is maybe more complicated than this. And some video game team have like 1,000 people constantly tweaking and updating. This is like Twitter, and it kind of seems like self-sufficient in a way. Like, what more? Maybe I'm just kind of dumb, but maybe you don't need 1 billion people working for you. But Elon Musk making a pretty interesting play here. He tweeted Twitter's current lords and peasants system for who has and who doesn't have a blue check mark is bullshit. Power to the people. Blue for $8 a month. So he's doing a $8 a month fee to get a blue check mark, which is pretty hilarious because people that have blue check marks now are kind of like losing their mind. They're going crazy. They're like, I worked for this. I worked so hard for this. It's like the one thing they have to their name is a blue check mark on Twitter. And I mean, at this point, that is some people are in that boat. Like, it sounds crazy, but there are some people that are in that boat. That's like a major thing that they talk about when they go get coffee with someone. They're excited to possibly bring up the fact that they have a blue check mark. If you're new to Twitter, if you don't know what Twitter is, a blue check mark just means you're verified and it shows up next to your name, and people are like, okay, that's the guy. He's the guy. But I'll probably be buying blue because it's funny to just it's shit on people, and also it's kind of it used to be a flex, but now it's just like I spend $8 a month for this blue check. No, spending money on a blue check mark is kind of stupid. But it's a good play. It's a good play on Elon Musk. And I think that Instagram, TikTok are going to follow suit once they see how popular this is. I mean, if you can just make any account and get it verified, that is so hilarious. You're going to have like fake Donald Trump accounts fully verified. Yeah, that's good. Oh, here's some people freaking out. AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, as you know, she said Lamau at a billionaire. She said Lamau at a billionaire, so she's laughing her ass off at a billionaire. It's kind of a weird phrasing, but Lamau at a billionaire, earnestly trying to sell people on the idea that free speech is actually an $8 a month subscription. Elon Musk replied, "Your feedback is appreciated. Now pay $8." Which is, I mean, so funny. Elon Musk really is the new Trump of Twitter. Like, Trump was out there, like, tweeting crazy things, saying some wild shit, getting in people's business. If Trump could have bought Twitter, he probably would have. But Elon Musk just has the money to buy it. Like, he has $44 billion just, like, chilling, ready to go. Let's see. Another person, Frida Giddis. I'm not too sure who this person is, but Elon Musk tweeted, "Twitter is simply the most entertaining or interesting place on the internet. That's why you're here reading this tweet right now." Frida Giddis responded, "That's why it's so sad watching you play with it like a toy and you're a child." Elon Musk responds, $8. Just a nice clap back. Really ratioed this girl, which is funny. Charging people for a check mark is hilarious. That people will pay, and you'll be able to see who pays for a check mark now, which I like. It's funny. Some people are complaining like, "Oh, I don't have enough money for $8 an hour or $8 a month." And it's like, dude, are you making less than minimum wage? But it is funny. So maybe I will, maybe I won't buy one. Depends on if I even care about Twitter that much. I really don't. Sometimes I tweet some wild stuff. If you go to my website, theafromattshow.com, you can see some of that wild stuff in action. Let's see some of the recent ones. Theafromattshow.com. They all show up here. Imagine being a ghost and finding out you're a Fortnite skin. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. And it is an image to the new Fortnite skin, Star Wars Fortnite skin, which is Han, Luke, and Leia, which is from Star Wars, and Leia is, as you know, Carrie Fisher, and she's dead. Another tweet, genuine question, is Kanye West wrong about Jewish? Okay, you know, some of these tweets are a little bit questionable. But, oh yeah, this one was wild. From Kanye West, he said, what should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth and regardless of the consequences, so I will say it again. I was mentally diagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me manageable and behaved and a well-behaved celebrity. Here's Harley, I guess here's a backstory on this. I need to give some context to this. So here is Kanye West talking about his misdiagnosis.
Thing about the red hat that drove me to a point
This video is also super funny.
of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
Oh, God, dude. He could not hold on to that for a second. He wanted so badly to let that out. Look, guys, I'm not going to say what kind of doctor it was, who it was. I'm not going to say what type of media. It was Jews. Like, he really wanted to say that. I'm going to replay that because that's a super funny clip.
Drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say, what race, what people.
Well, I'm not going to say it.
Doctor.
Not going to say it.
What hospital and what media it went to. We know I can't say that.
I can't say it.
It was a Jewish doctor that diagnosed me of having a disorder that would have had me on medication right now. At a time like this, if I was on medication right now, then one pill could have been swapped out and it would be Michael Jackson and Prince all over again. But because I didn't take the misdiagnosis and I didn't take the medication, I'm able to speak to you guys clear of thought and transparently. Now let me talk about the red hat. The thing about the red hat that drove...
Oh, it just loops from there. Okay, so, I mean, it's interesting for sure. So that's him. So then he tweets this, kind of in regards to that. He said, what should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth and regardless of the consequences. So I will say this again. I was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me manageable and a well-behaved celebrity. And then he took a screenshot of Harley, his doctor, who said, Harley said, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a long, loving, open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they can medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. So, I mean, like, that's a kind of a psycho thing to even say to someone. So this is his, like, I guess, therapist or whoever diagnosed him, is telling him that he's going to get him institutionalized to go to zombie land. I mean, this guy says, bro's texting a supervillain. Who the fuck is Harley and what the fuck is Zombieland? Someone said, N-word, are you texting Lex Luthor? Why is he being bullied by a sports trainer? yeah, I mean, dude, that is a crazy tweet. Yeah, the whole Ye situation has gotten out of control, man. But that's why I'm excited to see kind of where it goes and where it ends up. It's a roller coaster. And I mean, very well at the end of this roller coaster, Kanye, like the worst case scenario, I guess, is Kanye ends up like like Jeffrey Epstein or something, like suicided. Like if he is found dead, then we would know kind of pretty well where we stand on his opinions. So, I mean, let's just get into these next videos. Let's get into the TikTok time. This has been like kind of a tough episode because I think it might get removed. So, not by me. I'm gonna keep it up. I really don't care. I don't care. I really don't. But I found this guy. His name's Fulcrum, and he's so wild. So he just gets high he gets blazed out of his mind and just like live streams himself on YouTube. And he's actually kind of crazy. He talks a lot about conspiracy theories and stuff in his old videos. I did a little research, and he's pretty interesting. He talks about like waking people up and how they trust experts and stuff, and how can you trust people that get paid by. He's based. He's a based individual, but now he just kind of gets high and walks around places, and it's funny to watch. So I grabbed these videos.
I took the walk to Yodi Land.
Can I ask your name?
Fulcrum, sir. My bad.
So he walks into so he does like massive amounts of weed. Like I don't know if I would even be able to like talk on the amount of weed. Like he's always just chiefing on something. Like he's just always so stoned. And he calls it Yodi Land. I guess that's his idea. That's his catchphrase for where he goes when he gets super high. He goes to Yodi Land. So he got high and he walked into this random classroom, which is fun.
A little bit late. Yeah, my bad. I was just getting faded in a hole before I came in.
Faded in a hole.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me today, sir.
Sure, and you missed our first presentation. I don't think she was in the class. You didn't sign it? You want me to take him out?
He signed his name Fulcrum.
Are you in class?
Oh, I thought this isn't Blinker City history?
Whoops. No.
Oh, my bad.
Whoops.
Oh, shit. My bad. For sure. Hey, well, you guys have a good rest of your day, though.
Okay, you too. Take care.
Giving me bad energy. You have a good rest of your day, man. Oh, no, I'm all good. You guys have a good rest of your day,
Blinker
though.
City, bro.
Yo, that dude got mad at me.
Yo, this ain't Blinker City. This ain't Blinker City 101. Here he is talking. Oh, here he is explaining Yodi Land.
The real message behind Yodi Land is being in the present moment. I want you guys to know that every single one of you guys is valuable and important, bro. Every single one of you guys has your own individual purpose. There's so many distractions in this life that tries to take you away from the best version that you could possibly be, Yodi Gang. But you just gotta keep it pushing every single day.
I don't know how you can get so
Sometimes you
high.
gotta turn your phone off, you feel me, go on a walk, you feel me, and clear your mind, and just be in the present moment. And the more you're in the present moment, the more you will unlock your purpose and mission type shit. Real shit.
Here he is. This is him walking around a Target.
Yodi family, just having a great time here in the Target, bro. Having a great time inside the store, bro. You feel me? Fulcrum, come in. Yo,
Yodi gang.
You feel me? Make sure you guys give this video a like, bro.
Yeah.
Double Benjamin City? Oh shit. Does it go much further than that? Faded in a hole, faded in a hole, faded in a hole, faded in a hole, faded in a hole. Real shit.
Dude, he is crazy. Literally just walking around. So, and he's gone kind of viral because it's like, it's funny that no one's like really done that before, is get violently high and walk through public spaces, and that's his niche. And it's kind of fun. It's a fun niche to explore. Here's another video. This is a video of some more climate change freaks pouring stuff on a BMW. So they go to this BMW place. They pour oil. They're pouring oil on this blue BMW inside of a showroom. This is a showroom BMW. Probably has no miles on it. It's like pristine. They pour a bunch of black oil on it, and they put a big sign that says, and then they just start yelling.
The scientist rebellion demands the obvious. These kind of activists are being prosecuted, are being imprisoned. The human civilization is sleepwalking off a cliff. The governments, these companies who are lying, they don't want people to find out. And they're even turning people against the ones who are raising the alarm.
Take a step away from your daily life, all right?
Yeah, so they're, that video was actually supposed to be in favor of them, but it's just annoying at this point. Climate change, you've heard it a million times. I don't have to explain it. Look, it's happening. We can't just stop oil. I've explained this before. You can't just stop oil. And it's like, it's just, the whole argument's dumb. Go to a 5th grade class if you want to talk about it. They have better conversations than most of these people. I found this video. This was pretty interesting. This is a guy from Russia explaining something. We'll see.
Brands that left Russia because of the sanctions. Adidas boarded up all of its stores, and so did Puma, but just next door you could find both of them. Levi's rebranded as JNS, but they still sell Levi's. The Apple Store became Restore, where you can still buy all the Apple products. And World of Cubes still sells Legos, of course.
Pretty interesting. A lot of companies that said that they were pulling their stuff out of, I mean, this is obvious. A lot of companies that said they were pulling all their stuff out of Russia are like, yeah, we're pulling all of our stuff out from Russia. We're good. But they're like, yeah, well, but we still need your market, right? So we're still shipping Adidas to them under, I guess, different names or selling it to different side companies. And then it's getting there somehow, which is business. That's business 101, baby. Yeah, Yodi gang. All right. That's all I had for today, so I wanted to thank y'all for coming to episode 93. Let's play us out. Oh, Jesus. My last video got, like, demonetized because I used That Life at the end, so we're just going to end it with the classic, this one. Yeah. Take care, y'all. Remember, investigate 9/11.